Hello, this is my demo for my final project for the engine class for the winter quarter. What you see here is a bunch of different three-dimensional primitive forms. In particular, they are pyramids, cubes, and icosahedrons, which are 20-faced sphere-like objects, so to speak. So each of these is actually based on one model with respect to its base shape, so to speak. So the pyramids all have one pyramid model with the same initial verts, and the same goes for the cube and the icosahedron. My program allows for instancing capability, which is why each of the shapes or the forms has their own individual color and their own individual position and transformations, as you can see. I'm going to show you the camera keys right now and basically give you a little tour around this colorful world. So the first thing that we can do with the camera is we can pan or strafe. I don't know what the right term is in particular, but this is done with the arrow keys. So we can go to the right, to the left, up, and down. Now we can also zoom in and out. So I'm going to zoom in and out. So I'm zooming in, and the objects obviously go away. And I'm zooming out. And now I'm going to show you, by the way, the zooming in and out is done with the P and the M keys, P for plus, M for minus. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. The other thing that is possible here is to use the WASD keys in order to rotate. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and go up a little bit. I'm going to rotate around. And then I'm going to rotate in the other direction. It's a little bit hard to have a frame of reference just because the objects themselves are rotating, but there we go. And then I'm going to rotate left and right. So left, and yeah, by the way, I can also zoom and stuff while I'm here, so just showing you all the sorts of things. So rotate, and then I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. We can also roll the camera, so to speak, which is just rotation around the z-axis in either direction, which is the 1 and the 2 keys. 1 for left, R for right, or in other words, negative x direction, positive x direction. And we also have, last but not least, the ability to change the viewing frustum, or sorry, not the viewing frustum, the point of view, and the near plane clipping. So the first thing is I'm going to change the point of view. So I'm pressing F1 right now. And now I'm pressing F2 and growing it. It's a little bit big. I just decreased it back so it would be more normal. And now I am going to zoom in a little closer, rotate back, trying to find a good position to show the clipping in. Let's see. I think I like the one I had before just now. There we go. We're almost back. Alright, now let's see this clipping. Okay, so it is F3 and F4. So I'm pressing it. Gradually the objects disappear because they're all at different positions, obviously. And I will reverse that in a second. So going away, and now I'm going to make them all come back auto-magically. Not really auto-magically though. So that's my giant spaceship thing, my bob, which was originally a cube, as you probably figured out. And at first I was just creating the shapes and putting them in the world with different colors and scales and rotations. But then I thought about it and I said, well, why just make the scales that way? I went too far. There we go. So I decided to scale them not in a uniform way, which resulted in some interesting forms, but why not? If it's possible, then do it. So as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see really well because they're so bright, but the cubes and the pyramids have perfect textures. The UVs are all worked out correctly. The icosahedrons are half and half, so to speak. Some of the faces, it was difficult to calculate the UVs for just because there's so many of them and it's not really easy to draw out, because the rest I drew out by hand in order to plan it out in a diagram. So I still need to perfect that algorithm, but besides that, this is what I have, and I hope you enjoyed watching this demo. Thank you for your time and for the great semester and teaching us this.